What's good, R&B squad? This is Autumn Ruth. I trust that this message meets you guys in good spirits. If you are new here, welcome. We're happy to have you, and Jesus is, of course, always happier. At the time I'm recording this, it is December 18th. It is Monday. You may get this today. You guys may see it uploaded on Tuesday. Just know that whenever you get it, it's the right time for you to hear it, okay? Ooh, it's about to rain, and I am in love. I love it when it rains. Comment below and let me know, guys, if you love the rainy weather as much as I do. I absolutely adore rain. But anyhow, this message is going to be a bit long, and it is a two-part message. Both messages may be connected or they may not be. As you listen, you're going to know which one of the messages is for you specifically or if both are for you, okay? The first one, I was shown in the spirit, this woman, and she had this phone. I saw a female hand holding this phone, okay? And her face was hidden. Like I couldn't see her face, but I saw her hand and she was holding this phone. And on the phone, when I saw the screen, it appeared as though she was looking at another female's WhatsApp account. And she was taking screenshots of this other female's WhatsApp display photograph. And then she went to the other female's status updates and she was taking, the other female had posted photographs of herself. So she was taking photographs of the other female's photographs. So basically taking screenshots of the photographs that the other female had in her WhatsApp status, okay? And then what she would do is that she opened up this kind of app and she would upload the photographs of the screenshots she had taken of this other female to this app and look for similar photographs and save them to some sort of collection or something, okay? And that was all that I saw. But what the Lord allowed me to discern in the spirit, it's a couple things. First of all, this female that had the phone, the Lord put a lot of emphasis on the fact that this person that was taking the screenshots of this other person's WhatsApp, there is some serious mental health issues here. Like there are unchecked mental health issues that this person is dealing with. And instead of dealing with them, instead of reaching out for help, this person is fixating on things that is making their mental health worsen, the state of their mental health worsen. And let me see if I can go into a bit more detail. So the woman whose phone I'm sorry, not the phone, the woman whose WhatsApp account she was looking at. First of all, she has your number for WhatsApp, but she's not supposed to have it. So I had the sense that she secretly had your contact number. She wasn't supposed to have it. She was snooping and she got it. That's how she got it. And she wasn't supposed to have it. Okay? And that's the first thing. And then the other thing is that it's almost like she spends hours studying you. Like she spends hours. She will take a screenshot of a photo that you post or of your display pic, and then she will spend hours just studying you, studying your hair and your eyes and your facial features and what you're wearing and your posture and the way you carry yourself. And it's almost like she's trying to dissect like bits and pieces of who you are to try to embody that for herself. And it is a very strange dynamic. It's hard for me to explain because if you do not struggle with this particular type of mental health issue, it is very hard for you to understand how this type of person thinks. And the Lord gave me like a glimpse into her mind, into this woman's mind, the woman who is mentally disturbed. And this is not me shaming anyone who is struggling with their mental health. This isn't me doing that at all. Okay? But at the same time, my concern with this person is that she's not seeking help. She is not seeking, instead, she's fixating on things that are making her struggle with her mental health worse. Okay? And somehow you are the person whose WhatsApp account she was looking at and taking screenshots of your photos and stuff like that, you are like a thorn in her side. So it's two things. On the one hand, looking at you, it's almost like I felt extremely sorry for this person. And if I'm struggling to explain, it's because it was hard for me to grasp when the Lord was showing it to me. And it's going to be hard for you to grasp as well. This female who is looking at you like this, on the one hand, it's almost like she gets excited whenever she gets a glimpse into what is happening in your life. Like whenever there's an opportunity for her to catch a glimpse of your life or what is happening in your life, she gets excited about it. Like she literally, it's almost like she leaps in excitement at the opportunity to have a look. But at the same time, she gets upset when she looks at you and when she sees what you have going on and when she looks at the way you look. And I feel very strongly that she is extremely fixated on your physical appearance. It's like physical appearances are very important to this person. And you seem to have a look that she admires. Even if she doesn't admit that to you or even to herself, you have a look that she admires. So it's like she looks at you and thinks, how is she so perfect looking? Why does she have this? And how does she? And it's like she can't figure it out. And this really upsets her. So, on the one hand, it's like your existence is driving her. And at the same time, it is frustrating her and causing her mental health to deteriorate even more. And it's not even your fault. You're not even doing anything. For some of you, you may not even be friends with this person. If it's a family member that's doing this, you may not even be on speaking terms with this family member. But this person is just heavily fixated on you. And here's what the problem is, the way the Lord showed it to me. This person is looking at you and thinking that your life is perfect and that you are perfect, that physically you're perfect looking and your life is just perfect. And she is thinking that if she could just look like you and be surrounded by the people that you're surrounded by and be loved the way that you are loved and have the experiences that you're having, that her life would be perfect too. But she neglects to think about the fact that you're just a regular person. You are just a human being. You have good days and bad days too. But in her mind, she is looking at you as the epitome. You're the epitome of perfection to her. Your life looks perfect to her. And she feels as though if she could just have that, if she could just be you or be exactly like you, that her life would be perfect too. And I actually felt really sad for this person because I felt the Lord allowed me to feel this woman's pain. The woman who is struggling with this mental health issue, the Lord allowed me very briefly to feel her. This woman is in a lot of pain. It is not fun struggling with this mental health issue because it's almost like being in a desert and seeing water and thinking that you can see water, but every time you try to touch that water, you realize it's just a mirage. You are like that water in the desert to her. It's like she wants to get to where you are. She wants to be where you are. She wants to be you. But every time she realizes that she can't, when reality hits and she realizes that she can't be you, that's when the problem steps in. So whoever this person is that's struggling with this, and the person whose photograph she's looking at and studying you so closely, the Lord may have already alerted you to the fact that this is happening. Please pray for this woman. Pray for her. I feel like her grip on sanity is slipping by the day. Pray for this woman because she's going to become completely unhinged. And also be careful about what you post. If you're the woman that's on the receiving end of this, if you're the one who is being watched, be careful of what you post to your social media. Be careful of what you post. Be careful of how much you expose to non contacts on your WhatsApp. Because this person is just, it's like everywhere she can find you online, she's looking for you. Okay. And if she can find you in person, she's going to be looking for you as well. I don't know what this woman is. I don't know. But you need to pray for this woman. Her mental health is really suffering. And that's just the part that I had to say about that particular word. Now I'm going to get into another word. So, what I was shown in the spirit were this group of people. There were men and women. They looked like they were students sitting in a classroom. Okay. And from what I understood, the teacher was teaching them how to warfare for their marriage partner. And even though there were men there, I feel like the woman was the teacher, like she was more focusing on the woman and teaching them how to warfare. And when I woke up, the Lord helped me to understand why. For those of you who are in marriage season, your person is under attack right now from the enemy. Okay? Females, for the females listening today, this your God ordained husband is under attack from the enemy. And so you cannot be in a place where you're complacent. Some of you are tired. Some of you have been standing for a while. Some of you have been on this kingdom spouse journey for a while. You're beginning to feel tired. I heard one of the women say that she just didn't have the zeal to keep going like before, standing for the union. God is going to put a fresh wind in your sails. This is not a time for you guys to give up. Listen to what I'm saying for the females that are listening to this who are in their marriage season. There is something about the prayer of a God ordained wife. It hits different. When you pray for that man that God has assigned you to, when you're his rib, and I'm not talking about when it's some counterfeit praying for him or thinking that she's praying for him or whatever the case might be, or doing witchcraft to try to get to him. When you are a man's God ordained rib, you're the wife that God has chosen for him. When you're a Rebecca to his Isaac, you going to God on his behalf hits different. There is nobody else that can do it like you can. So you can't give up. You can't get complacent because the men are under attack, ladies. As women, sometimes we neglect to think of the fact that these men are being attacked just as hard, or maybe even harder than we are. They may not talk about it now because they're not socialized to speak about what they're struggling with, okay? But they may very well, the enemy may be coming for them even harder than he comes for you. If he's beating you down and making it hard for you to stand for this union, imagine what he's doing to them because they're the ones that are going to head the home. Do you understand? They're the ones who are going to be at the helm. The Lord mentioned the phrase manning the ship. They are the ones that have to man the ship in this marriage, in this home that the Lord is building for the two of you. Okay? So the enemy is going to come for them really hard. And the Lord is saying this is not the time to get complacent. For some of you, I'm going to teach you something about warfare. See, we think that in warfare you have to stress yourself out and you have to be yelling in God's ear. You don't have to do all that. Bruh, sis, you do not have to do all that. Warfare is as simple as you saying to the Lord, it's some people that cannot cross over with us to 2024. You need to get before the Lord and say to the Lord, we have enemies. There are people fighting this union and they cannot cross over into 2024 with us. They need to be removed in 2023. By December 31st, 2023, they need to be removed. And for some of you, I'm just alerting you to the fact that there are going to be counterfeits listening to this. There are going to be witches and warlocks listening to this. There are going to be family members who oppose your union listening to this. And they're going to think that they can flip it and go do their little spells and whatnot to try to make sure that they cross over into 2024 to block your union. But nah, y'all got to go before God and command the rest of your year. Do you hear me? And say to the Lord, Lord, this is the problem. It's some folk that you've already identified are the problem. The enemy is using them to try to block this union. They cannot cross over with us into 2024. They need to remain in 2023. By December 31st, 2023, these people need to be gone so our union can come together. That's what you need to say to God. And that's how you warfare. And I'm inviting you guys to come into agreement with me, to touch and agree in saying that prayer for the rest of this month. Okay? And the Lord took me to Leviticus 26, verse 8. 5 of you shall chase 100, and 100 of you shall put 10,000 to flight. Your enemy shall fall at the sword before you. So even if it's just 5 of us that are touching and agreeing, and we are 7,000 strong, folk. There are 7,000 of you on here, 7,000 plus. Could you imagine how we can shake the gates of hell if we stand in agreement about this? Y'all need to partner with me and God. Partner with me and Big Brother Jesus. Partner with me and Daddy God. Because these folk are not crossing over into 2024 with us. They are not blocking anybody's union. Not in this family, not under this ministry in 2024. Okay? And the Lord is also saying that it's some folk that are really hell-bent. You need to separate yourselves from them, for those of you who are in your marriage season, because they're hell-bent on seeking counsel from the devil himself. He led me to 2 Chronicles 22, verse 3. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother was his advisor, his mother Jezebel, and she encouraged him to do wickedly. There are some people, being evil is all they know because they've been trained up that way. You know, the Bible says train up a child in the ways of the Lord, and they will not depart from it when they're older. There are some people that were trained up in the ways of the enemy, in the ways of Satan from childhood, so they don't know anything else. We got some Ahabs and some Jezebels walking around. They don't know anything else. The Lord showed me that this classroom that I was shown in the spirit was a classroom where these men and women are being instructed on how to divide the house of Ahab, how to divide the house of the enemy, how to break up and dismantle any unholy alliance that has come against your union. So partner with me, guys. We're going to do this. We're crossing over into 2024. These folk are not coming with us. I love you guys. I hope this message confirms something for someone. I will be back with another word as soon as the Lord releases me. Take care.